January 12th. Keeping this going. This is my 23rd day in a row or something like that. And wow, it's over 3 weeks of doing this. I guess I just realized that. I don't know why, because I knew at 21. It really just hit me that I've been doing this for 3 weeks straight. And I went from just doing a few minutes to doing, I think I did 16 minutes one time. I guess I had a lot to say that day. Sunday. I'm actually working today. I've got a client meeting that I'm going to do at 1 o'clock. So I got a little bit of prep work to do with that. I hold myself accountable. I've been trying to do a 5K a day pretty much this entire year. And I think I'm at 3.7 miles a day or something like that before today. But since I got this client meeting today, I didn't want to do the 10 miles that I was supposed to run and then trying to meet them an hour later. So I know I would be destroyed. And I wasn't even the only one who brought that up. My partner did as well. She's like, well, why don't you just go on Saturday, which I run probably the previous 3 days beforehand. So I really didn't want to do that. But I do know these big runs over the weekends really help make it possible to get my runs. Otherwise, I'm running a 5K every day, and that gets a little on the old side. So I did it. It started to get harder at mile 9, I guess. Before that, it was not bad, actually. Just turned on a show and jogged away. I was on the treadmill. The weather kind of, everything snowed. Lots and lots of snow. So the trail is going to be destroyed, which is too bad because I like running on the trail. As much as I dislike running, I like running on the trail. There's something about it. You have to be very present, very mindful. Otherwise, as I've proven in the past, you'll fall. One time, and this was earlier in my relationship with my partner, I was running along and I was trying to talk with her a bit and looking backwards and trying to say something, or at least kind of look backwards and try to say something so hopefully they can hear you. And I don't even know what I tripped on, but I rammed a tree, and it was just by luck or whatever that I was able to turn my body just in time so my face didn't hit it, but instead hit kind of my shoulder, my ribs, and I was banged up. I kept on running. I mean, that was mile 1, I think, of an 8-mile run. Yeah, well, it was. I mean, I felt it afterwards. I didn't actually feel it during the run at all, which is good because I think I beat her. That's like the one time I was faster than her. I think. Which is funny because I hit a freaking tree when I did it. It's tough. It's tough whenever you got somebody to run against that's better at running than you, and she always was. Even when she was pregnant, she could still smoke me. Some people just have it. I don't know if it's easy, they're gifted, whatever. Because she wasn't necessarily even running, and she was still faster than most times. Like I said, today I've got a client meeting. And honestly, that's going to take most of my accountability, is making sure that I'm ready for it because I'm presenting some stuff. And I really, really like these clients of mine. They've become friends, not just clients. So I want to do well by them. Not that I don't want to do well by all of my clients, but yeah, I mean, they're just fun. I really enjoy them. I look forward to going and visiting with them, which is, it's a Sunday and I'm going over to their house to do work, which should say a lot. Friday, I presented a couple of different cases and the feedback was good. We're going to see, if they materialize in anything. If they do, it's going to help get me towards my goal. No, I didn't actually have type that I presented. I didn't have that as one of my criteria for this year, which I'll help towards my overall goal, but it's not the 3 that I said were imperative for me to continue on. And truly, even if they come on and they bring over some stuff, it's really not going to make a dent in my goal for the most part. So I've got an uphill battle for this year. I really do. And maybe I should have put some more parameters around it, because I could have a fantastic year and not hit the 3 major goals that I had set out. Funny enough. But I'm trying to make the steps to hit the goals that I laid out. So we'll see where this goes. But it's been a good start to the year. Need to make sure it stays that way. Yeah. I mean, it's just one of those things where you got to keep pushing. And for me personally, I need more, I keep saying at-bats. I need more chances. I need more people to talk to. And that's always on me, because I can always do more in those regards. But not whatever. That's one of those things I have to do. I must do. I will do. And man, there's just so much to do. It's amazing to me when I get through my day at work and it's like, okay, you've got to accomplish these things, and you hardly get them done because things just keep popping up, or things just take longer than expected, or you get an emergency that's not your emergency, right? Things, and this is like every single day. There was a website thing that we had to get taken care of, and of course I couldn't log into the website to update it, which is a compliance thing. Hey, you have to get this done. And, something that should be, let's just say 5 minutes, right? Turns into an hour because you're waiting on the phone for, I think it was 18 minutes to talk to someone, which you don't expect that. You expect it's going to be maybe a couple of minutes, not 18 minutes just to talk with someone. And then, they can't figure out the problem for 20 or 30 minutes. And then it's just one thing after another, right? So some simple thing just ends up just blowing up. And then your day's kind of shy. Like, man, I really had all this stuff planned to do. And then I didn't get to do it all. But it wasn't because of me. It was because, I don't know, maybe I can always say it's me, right? There's always things vying for your attention that are trying to take your time, that are trying to take your energy away. And I know that's where time blocking comes in. I know that's where discipline comes in. But some things just can't wait. You have to actually just jump on them. And that's where a lot of my days go, is that something random will pop up like that, and then I have to change my focus, change my attention over to that. And then I got to come back, right? 'Cause it's not like the thing that I was working on is just done. No, I still have to work on it. There's a reason why I was working on it. So then I have to try to remember where I was at, come back and work on that. And that's a whole different mind shift. So that's hard. It's hard when you lose the time of the day like that. But that's every day. And maybe that's something I need to work on, is being better at not allowing those time sucks to get me at work. Even at home. There's a lot of times I think I need to do X, Y, and Z at home. It's probably more on the weekends, which I really didn't get much done. Yesterday after the run, I was tired. I actually fell asleep at a couple of points afterwards, but my body was just done. I'm not built for running, so it's extremely hard for me to do it. It would probably help out if I lost a significant amount of weight, which health, right? One of my 5 core values. That's definitely something that's going to be in focus for me. But that would probably help out. But yeah, normally I'll have to say I've got X, Y, and Z to do. And then my partner chimes in with something that she wants to get done. And I had to decide what is more important to me, getting the things that I laid out or doing the things that she needs to get done. It's a battle between which one's more important at the time. I'm not an idiot. Some things definitely need to go priority over my own. All things being equal, I'm going to choose my task over hers. But if they're not equal, then I'll choose the one that has higher priority. Again, I'm not an idiot. Things need to get done. And sometimes my priorities are not the most important. So today, meeting with my clients, and I wrote this in my journal already this morning. That's going to take some of my focus because I really want to present and I want to do well. I love my clients. I really do. I enjoy working with my clients. I don't take on a client unless I think I'm going to have fun with them and enjoy working with them. And that's exactly what I want to do. How I run my practice is that I don't take on a client that I don't think I'm going to enjoy. So that's a good thing about what I do. Today until by 2:30, my focus is going to be a little bit more on that. We've got a visitor coming in. I might run into the office to try to do a couple of things, but that's going to be most of it. Then after that, I need a meal prep. That's my other thing for today. I need a meal prep this week because health is important to me. I need to make sure that I get my meal prep done. Yeah. Vulnerability. I probably was a little vulnerable during that, but not really. That run was hard. That run was hard, man. It took it out of me. And I wanted nothing more than at several points just to give up and be like, you know what, it's good. It's fine. I had to dig deep. And it's not so much that I was running hard. I think at the most I got up to was like a 6.5 mile per hour, which, I used to do a long run like that, and I'd be up in the 8s by the end of it, or at least certainly high 7s. So for me, historically, not a fast run. But I was tired already. My legs had been just doing miles every single day pretty much this past week. And I really didn't want to. And I was watching a show, which helped out. But man, certainly by mile 9, I wanted to be done. And I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to hang on. I kept thinking to myself, okay, well, last week I ran to mile 9.5. And then I walked like another quarter mile. And I really wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it. So I kept thinking to myself, it was like mile 6.5. I'm like, I still got 3.5 miles to go. We get to mile 7. I'm like, okay, 2.5 miles to go to at least reach last week's goal. I'm up there by 8. I'm like, okay, it's another mile and a third to get 3 5Ks out of the way for this week. And I was just like, how am I going to feel so much better when I'm at like 1 mile to go? And I did feel better at 1 mile to go, but it still hurt like hell. And I kept pushing, but God, I had to fight it. It wasn't as bad as a couple weeks ago where I just didn't even want to get on the treadmill. I didn't at all. And I did it anyway. I still got, I think that was mid-high 8s. But it was still hard. And I had to push through it. And I used to be at times, my Friday nights, which were raging, I used to go out and run on the trail, and I would do 2 loops of the 5 miler. So I had 10 miles in. I was done after that. Once I got done with that part, I would drive home to the King's Chicken shop on the way, and I would get a 3-piece combo, eat that at home, shower, and then I would just maybe lay down on my couch and watch something for a little bit and fall asleep. Like I was, as a single guy and with no kids at that time, for those weekends, I was running those. Friday night was done. I was absolutely destroyed after that. I had nothing else left in me. And I would be cold too. Especially I was doing this a lot of times in the wintertime. So there'd be ice. I'd be running over ice and snow at night with a lamp on a trail. And yeah, I was fine at the time. Yeah, chilly, right? But when you're running, you get warm and all is well there. Well, once I got home and I would eat something, man, I would just sort of lay down and I would get real cold. So I would bundle up. I got pictures of my my puppy, when I had him, he'd be bundled up in a blanket with me. And in fact, I think I still have the blanket over there, so it's kind of a nice little thing for me to remember. But my buddy Misto um, is cute. But yeah, we would just hang out together, and I would turn on the TV and basically fall asleep because I mean, by that point it was, I don't know, 6, 7 o'clock, and I was not going out. It was not going out. My muscles were like ready to lock up after two loops. And I've done plenty of half marathons, and yeah, I get tired. But man, the trail at December, January, February, man, that's cold. That's cold, and you have to fight it every single time. You have to fight going out there. It's a Friday night, right? Like, why aren't I going and hanging out with friends? Why aren't I going out and seeing somebody? Like, what am I doing? But I enjoyed it. It was hard, and that was one of the things that I would go through every 2 weeks. You fight through it, go out on the trail and run. And then this thing is, on these weekends when I didn't have any kids, I would run on Friday night on the trail, and then Sunday morning I would also get out there and run on the trail. Every once in a while I would go take a hike or even go run again on Saturday. So I had one weekend where I ran over a marathon of miles on the trail, just in solidarity with a friend of mine that was running the marathon. I think it was uh, the Wounded Warrior 10 mile, no, sorry, marathon in DC or something like that. So I did my best to run a marathon of trails, which I'm not gonna lie, trails are hard. Trails are really, really hard. But I did it. But I mean, it's a lot of running. It's a lot of running. I just get, you just get tired. Like, you're wiped out afterwards. It's just great when it's nighttime, right? You just run and then just kind of just go to bed. I don't know how people do it when they go run and then, like a long run, and then go hang out for the whole rest of the day afterwards. It's crazy to me. I can't do it. I can't. Not for very long. I mean, because I did this. I ran yesterday. I was done by noon. And I had a buddy come over last night. And man, by 9, I was wiped. Which 9's normally my bedtime anyway. But man, I was out. I slept. I went to sleep quickly. So, all right. Well, today we got to get after it. Let's go. Let's go get it.